Hello dear students, welcome back to the class of immunology. In my previous lecture, I discussed about the structure of antibodies and I gave an introduction about the different classes of antibodies. So in this part 2 of the lecture antibody, we will discuss about the classes of antibodies which are also called as the isotypes in detail, and we will understand about the structure and functions of each. So let us start today's lecture. So, as we just saw that antibodies are of different types. So, the first type to study here is the IgG, that is immunoglobulin G antibodies. So, this isoform accounts for around 70 to 75% or 80% of all human immunoglobulins found in the blood. So, depending upon the size of the hinge region, the position of the disulfide bond and the molecular weight of the antibody, this IgG is further divided into 4 different subclasses. And this IgG has the maximum daily production and it has longest half-life of 23 days, and the percentage of highest concentration is of the IgG antibodies, which is the highest amongst all the different 5 types of antibodies. So due to its small size, that is as compared to the other antibodies, they are monomeric in nature and they are highly diffusible. And this IgG is prevalent type in the extracellular fluid that binds with the Fc receptors on the phagocytic or the lytic cells. As we just discussed in the last lecture, that Fc region or the Fc receptor is also called as the fragment of the antibody which can be crystallizable. So this Fc region is present at the downside with the COOH terminal, and it helps with the lytic activity of the antibodies. This also initiates the antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity, that is the ADCC response, and it is a cell mediated defense mechanism wherein the effector cells, that is the phagocyte, they destroy the target cells. So these subclasses of IgG, that is IgG 1, 2, 3 and 4, they all differ from each other in the sequence of amino acids of the constant region of their gamma heavy chains, and the subclasses vary in their biological functions, the length of the hinge region and the number of disulfide bonds. The IgG3 has the longest hinge region with the 11 interchain disulfide bonds, and the different functions of IgG includes that the characteristic of fixing the complement and the phagocytosis. But IgG is also known as the antibody which can cross the placenta, and hence it provides the immunity to the fetus and the newborn. So among all the subclasses, this IgG2 has the poorest ability to cross the placenta as compared to IgG1, 3 and 4. And in continuing with the functions of IgG, it also mediates the precipitation and the neutralization reactions. This immunoglobulin G, it plays a major role in the neutralization activity of the toxins, as it can easily diffuse into the extracellular or extravascular spaces. And this antibody is raised after long time following infection and represents the chronic or the past infection, that is the recovery phase is denoted with the IgG antibodies. And it also initiates the opsonization process, which is a process used to destroy the foreign particle through the process of phagocytosis. And apart from all these functions, this IgG antibody is the only antibody which is known to be in the infants for the first few months of their lives. So the next antibody to discuss is IgM antibodies. So this IgM antibody is also known as the antibody having the highest molecular weight and the maximum sedimentation coefficient, that is 19S, and it is also known to be present only in the intravascular compartment and not inside the body fluids or any kind of secretions. So this IgM antibody is typically existing as a polymer of identical subunits with a pentameric form as the prevalent one. So it denotes a pentameric form, as you can see in the figure here. This IgM can also exist in the monomeric form, but it is more stable in the pentameric form. And whenever this IgM antibody is present as a membrane bound antibody on the B cells, it exists in the monomeric form, but when it comes into the secretions, it exists in the pentameric form. So due to its large size, this IgM antibody it stays in the intravascular space and has a very low affinity for the antigens. So however, this pentameric IgM has 10 antigen binding site. It has higher avidity, that is the overall binding strength for the antigens than IgG or any other kind of antibodies. So the functions of IgM includes its presence in the acute infection. It also helps in the complement fixing. It acts as an antigen receptor. It acts as an opsonin. It helps in the fetal immunity. It helps in the protection against the intravascular organisms, and it is also known to mediate agglutinations. So the next antibody to discuss here is IgA antibodies. So IgA antibody is the second most abundant class of immunoglobulin or antibody, which is next to the IgG. The percentage here ranges between 10 to 15% of the total serum immunoglobulins, and similar to IgM antibodies, it exists in both monomeric and the dimeric forms. And the two different subclasses of IgA are IgA1 and IgA2, and they basically differ in the hinge region part here. So depending upon the amino acid sequence in the constant region of heavy chain along with the hinge region, the IgA exists in two different isotypes. So the next immunoglobulin to be discussed here is IgE antibodies, which is a very important antibody, but it has the lowest serum concentration, it has the shortest half-life and minimum daily production. So it is the only heat labile antibody which is inactivated at 56 degrees centigrade in 1 hour. It has affinity for the surface of tissue cells, which are mainly mast cells of the same species, that is homocytotropism, and it is extravascular in distribution. So despite being the least prevalent one, it has very important functions like its presence in the allergic conditions like the aspergillosis, all the parasitic diseases, and so on. So let us discuss here with the functions of IgE in detail. The IgE antibody is a mediator of type 1 hypersensitivity reactions. So in my video lecture related to hypersensitivity, there are details given about the differences between different type of hypersensitivity reactions and the functions of IgE antibodies in all of them. So IgE antibody is elevated in the helminthic infections also. So this IgE antibody is a very important antibody. So the next antibody to be discussed here is IgD antibody, that is immunoglobulin D, which is found as membrane Ig on the surface of B cells. So it functions as a B cell antigen receptor and may participate in the B cell maturation. It helps in the maintenance, activation and silencing process. So although the exact function is still unclear, this IgD antibody may be involved in the humoral immune responses by regulating the B cell activation and the homeostasis. And here in this particular table, we can have a comparative chart of different properties of different kind of antibodies. So this was all about the differences between all the different classes of antibodies and their significance along with the functions of the antibodies. So for any queries, please put on your questions in the comment section, and do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for now.